Xun Kuang, also known as Sunzi or Hozunzu, was a Confucian philosopher who focused on moral cultivation and education. He believed in the potential for humans to improve through learning and self-discipline, advocating for the importance of ritual, music, and ethical principles in shaping a harmonious society. The person attempting to travel two roads at once will get nowhere. Human nature is evil, and goodness is caused by intentional activity. In order to properly understand the big picture, everyone should fear becoming mentally clouded and obsessed with one small section of truth. The bad man is eager to make boasts, yet desires that others should believe in him. He enthusiastically engages in deception, yet wants others to have affection for him. He conducts himself like an animal, yet wants others to think well of him. A person is born with feelings of envy and hate. If he gives way to them, they will lead him to violence and crime, and any sense of loyalty and good faith will be abandoned. If the gentleman has ability, he is magnanimous, generous, tolerant, and straightforward, through which he opens the way to instruct others. Pride and excess bring disaster for men. When people lack teachers, their tendencies are not corrected. When they don't have ritual and moral principles, then their lawlessness is not controlled. Mencius said that human nature is good. I disagree with that. Music is a fantastic peacekeeper of the world. It's integral to harmony, and it is a required fundamental of human emotion. I once tried standing up on my toes to see far out in the distance, but I found that I could see much further by climbing to a high place. The rigid cause themselves to be broken, the pliable cause themselves to be bound. Sacrifices are concerned with the feelings of devotion and longing. Therefore, a person should first be changed by a teacher's instructions and guided by principles of ritual. Only then can he observe the rules of courtesy and humility, obey the conventions and rules of society, and achieve order. When a man sees something desirable, he must reflect on the fact that with time it could come to involve what is detestable. When he sees something that is beneficial, he should reflect that sooner or later it too could come to involve harm. If knowledge and foresight are too penetrating and deep, unify them with ease and sincerity. The coming of honor or disgrace must be a reflection of one's inner power. If the impulse to daring and bravery is too fierce and violent, stay it with guidance and instruction. Human nature and deliberate effort must unite, and then the reputation of the sage and the work of unifying all under heaven are thereupon brought to completion. A person is born with a liking for profit. Whether the gentleman is capable or not, he is loved all the same. Conversely, the bad man is loathed all the same. Quarreling over food and drink, having neither scruples nor shame, not knowing right from wrong, not trying to avoid death or injury, not fearful of greater strength or of greater numbers, greedily aware only of food and drink. Such is the bravery of the dog and boar. Thus, anybody who follows this nature and gives way its states will be led into quarrels and conflicts, and go against the conventions and rules of society, and will end up a criminal. Human nature refers to what's in people, but which they cannot study or work at achieving. Since the nature of people is bad, to become corrected, they must be taught by teachers, and to be orderly they must acquire ritual and moral principles. A person is born with desires of the eyes and ears, and a liking for beautiful sights and sounds. If he gives way to them, they will lead him to immorality and lack of restriction, and any ritual principles and propriety will be abandoned. I once tried thinking for an entire day, but I found it less valuable than one moment of study. Thus, that one can find no place to walk through the breadth of the earth is not because the earth is not tranquil, but because the danger to every step of the traveler lies generally with words. Human nature is what heaven supplies. Now, it's a human nature to want to eat to one's fill when hungry, to want to warm up when cold, to want to rest when tired. These all are a part of people's emotional nature. If there were no human nature, then there would be nothing for deliberate effort to be applied to. If there were no deliberate effort, then human nature would not be able to beautify itself. There are successful scholars, public-spirited scholars, upright scholars, cautious scholars, and those who are merely petty men. I say that human nature is the original beginning and the raw material, and deliberate effort is what makes it patterned, ordered, and exalted. When you locate good in yourself, approve of it with determination. When you locate evil in yourself, despise it as something detestable. Human nature is such that people are born with a love of profit. If they follow these inclinations, they will struggle and snatch from each other, and inclinations to differ or yield will die. If the quickness of the mind and the fluency of the tongue are too punctilious and sharp, moderate them in your activity and rest. If the bloody humor is too strong and robust, calm it with balance and harmony. If what the heart approves conforms to proper patterns, then even if one's desires are many, what harm would they be to good order?